Hello, today in this video we will be discussing about Kayan Mata. What exactly is Kayan Mata? Does it really work? Does it work for female sexual performance enhancement and for male satisfaction? Is it effective? Is it safe medically? Should you take it? Is it harmful? Is it diabolical, or is it simply a natural stuff? Are there any supernatural fetish and diabolic aspects associated with it? How does it work? What is it made of? How is it made? Should you use Kayamata? In this video we will be addressing all of this and more, and so do well to hit the like button because you'll find this video very helpful. First, Kayamata is a Hausa phrase that simply means lady's property or woman's property, and Kayamata doesn't mean one thing. In fact, it's an umbrella term that describes a lot of articles and a lot of stuff and a lot of even practices and activities with the singular goal of enhancing sexual performance and satisfaction. And so it's a group of fruits and herbs and portions and articles, things that are used to help the woman perform better in bed, to help satisfy the partner better. And of course, Kayamata is largely for women. There is a corresponding aspect for male which is called Maganin Maza, right? But our focus here today is on Kayamata. Kayamata has two aspects. There is the purely natural Kayamata and there is the supernatural aspect of it. And there are some persons who combine both the natural aspect and the supernatural aspect. Don't worry, I'll explain everything. Kayamata originated from the northern parts of Nigeria and the northern parts of Africa, and it is originally a cultural rite for couples about to be wedded, where the lady is given several things, articles, portions and herbs to help as sex enhancer, so that when she gets married she will be able to help the husband to stay faithful. However, this practice that has been here for over 500 years has evolved over time to bring in some extra cultural, some supernatural aspect to it, with the same goal of helping the woman to perform better in bed in order to keep the male partner satisfied and faithful. So the lines are usually blurred because there are components that are natural and medicinal to involve things like spells and charms and amulets. However, for Kayamata to have been around all this while, over 500 years, it means there must be some form of effectiveness. It must be working, else it would have been abandoned and not embraced all this while. But in its basic form, in its traditional form, it comes as oils, lubricants, perfumes, makeup, herbs, powders, spices, fruits, foods. Typically the base of the ingredients, what is used to make this for the ones that are edible, are usually honey, tiger nuts, camel's milk, millet, herbs, roots, fruits, rice, fish, sperm. But if we stop there, we are not being faithful to this topic, because these days, with the advent of social media and a lot of influencers on Instagram, we have several other aspects that are beyond just this natural foods and fruits and roots that we just mentioned. So you start hearing things that give you an indication that this is beyond just a natural, things like blue eyes, call and answer mirror, attraction oil, wonder wand, you know, magic wand, red powder, control oil, sugar lumps, sweeteners, favour soap, favour, bonding powder, wetness inducers, and some we even mention goddesses. And we know some persons that take these things up to Niger and Mali to get certain spiritualists and spiritists to actually make incantations. So you see, eventually it's beyond just natural. There must be some form of supernatural aspect to all of these. So what do ladies use Kayamata for? Number one, for vagina tightening. Number two, to restore or to boost the libido, the sex drive of the woman, of the lady. Number three, for vagina lubrication. Number four, to serve as an attraction perfume, like certain perfumes that are said to be aphrodisiac, to attract and keep men. Number five, to deal with vagina infection and vagina odors. So apart from coming in form of drinks, it can come in form of sweets and perfumes and scrubs and incenses and creams for the vagina, for creams for the body, as douches for washing of the vagina, as powders, as tablets. It can come in the other supernatural aspect as rings, as jewelries, as amulets, as charms, as incantations and recitations you make, as some rituals that you make, maybe 12 midnight, as mirror. But in its original form, some of the fruits and the foods that are used for Kayamata include Goron Tula, and I've made an extensive video on the fruit, on the Goron Tula fruit. Do well to check the description section below or the cards above for link to the extensive video on Goron Tula. Apart from that, they use honey, sugarcane, celery, pumpkin skin, watermelon, banana, oysters, and so on. If you are finding this video helpful so far, do well to hit the like button and I'll deeply appreciate it. Do well to hit the like button and I'll deeply appreciate it. Now first, for the fact that it has been used for over 500 years, it means there must be something working there. Coming from this point of medicine and science, as a medical doctor, I could say that from the use of some of these fruits and foods that have been known scientifically to contain minerals, vitamins, antioxidants, and some of these superfoods that are known to not only help with the hormones and the regularization of the neurochemicals and some of the chemicals that are important for the generation of emotions and feelings, but also some of these fruits have been known to have antibiotic property, like the Goron Tula. Apart from that, some things like oysters and cloves and watermelon, things like bananas, have been known to have strong natural chemicals that can help sexual satisfaction and sexual performance. So to some extent, from medicine and science, there is some support for why this has been effective for some. But is it really safe? Is Kayamata really safe? Should you use it? Are there problems? Are there things you should be concerned about? We have noticed that there is some form of addiction that comes with the use of Kayamata. So they get used to, or rather, instead of addiction, let me say dependence. There's some form of dependence. So the ladies find it difficult to enjoy sex or to even be interested in sex without using Kayamata. Scientifically, we don't want you dependent on anything for your physiological function. Some ladies have withdrawal effects, meaning that if they stop using it, it generates some form of negative aspect to the entire sexual experience. For example, when they stop using some of those things that will help with the lubrication of the vagina, when they stop, the vagina develops some form of severe dryness, some form of negative effect similar to the withdrawal effect people get when they are addicted to drugs. The third concern here is the possibility of excess dosage, because there are no standardized dosage and dosing for some of these components, herbs, especially the herbs used. There is the possibility of overdosing, and this could affect the kidneys, could affect the liver, it could affect the heart. The fourth concern is microorganisms or microbial contamination. This could be accidental introduction of microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, yeast, mold, especially mold, and some toxins that can come depending on the process of preparation if there is no hygiene. The fifth concern here is some harmful introduction. It has been known that some of these sellers of Kayamata introduce some known drugs like cocaine, morphine, and all those things, and when the ladies take them, they are stimulated, they are excited, and some even introduce pharmaceutical drugs in it. So should you use Kayamata? Well, it depends on certain things. First, ask yourself, are you allergic to herbs? Are you allergic to some of the herbs used in the preparation? If you are, then you should reduce the quantity or stop using it completely, because allergy and allergic reactions can affect you negatively. It can even lead to severe allergic reactions and even death. Are you taking other medical drugs, other pharmaceutical drugs? If you are, there are some herbs, some chemicals from nature, from plants, that can affect pharmaceutical drugs, and it can affect it in bizarre ways. So if you're taking any drug presently, you're on medication, then you should be careful how you use Kayamata product, especially the herbal ones. Are you pregnant? Because some of the components have not been certified to be safe for pregnant and breastfeeding women, right? So are you pregnant? Are you breastfeeding? Is your partner aware about the use of the Kayamata, right? Because some partners might not be comfortable with using it, so there should be some form of mutual agreement and understanding and communication. Have you checked about the spiritual significant consequences of these? If spells and charms and potions and incantations, and it is coming out of the house in midnight naked and making certain incantations, it might conflict with your own religious beliefs, right? So you have to consider that. So you might be asking, how can you get Kayamata? Well, I have opened my comment section for anybody who is a seller of Kayamata to drop their contact for other persons to have access to them and patronize them. However, a quick disclaimer here, I don't take any responsibility for this transaction, neither am I endorsing or certifying anybody. Do well to click here to watch this video on Goron Tula, one of the plants used for Kayamata, and I did an extensive study giving all you need to know about it in this video. Take charge of your health and happiness, and I'll see you in the next one.